that live stream right on Sunday night, and it was a great live stream with Invicta watches. And now we're actually going to have a brand tonight that I've only presented one time before in its entirety, and it's a great brand out there. Fun, different dynamic watches tonight. If you like mechanical movements, mechanical automatics, this is your night here. And if you like aggressive pricing, tonight is your night also. And so we're just going to talk about Thomas Earnshaw. And we have 4 different watches here tonight, and we'll get into those here in just a minute. Let me just get through a couple items here really quick for you. As always, please give me a follow. I am the Ryan Code on Instagram, on X, on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok if you're a TikToker, and I'm Invicta Ryan on Facebook. Now be sure to follow Shop HQ. And if I list one of these platforms you're not following Shop HQ on, please do so. So follow Shop HQ just on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, on Pinterest, but then also on TikTok. Okay, follow them on TikTok. We're going to be doing more with TikTok. And if you saw what's going on with both my story on Instagram and also Shop HQ, you'll see that. So big stuff to come from Shop HQ and me going along here, just trying to do cool, different things for you guys as we promised that we do. So, okay, well, we have a coupon code tonight along with Thomas Earnshaw, and that coupon code is going to be APR for April, WED for WED 20, and for 20%. So it's APR WED 20, and that's going to save you 20% on your watch orders tonight of $99 or more. All of these watches qualify, and some of them are just going to barely qualify for it. So it's going to be fun. If you're looking to get into maybe something different, or you want to try out this brand, I highly recommend it. Thomas Earnshaw, they have a 2-year warranty that goes with every watch. There's just a QR code that you can click on with your phone, and it just downloads. You can just fill out your information, and the warranty actually starts from your date of purchase, which would be tonight if you do that. Not when you actually receive the watches, but it's what shows up on the invoice. That's how they determine the warranty. So let me see who's here real quick. I see Daryl is here representing Oklahoma, Jerry Jones. Let's see who else. We have Invicta Claus, Anthony, Christopher White. Thank you for being here. Mike B is in the house. Who else? I thought I saw Felix. Jesse. Hi, Jesse. Good to see you. We have Felix, John, Phil. Hey, Phil. Thanks for being here. Oh, there's somebody else. Juan. Hey. Juan from Lakeland here again. Thank you so much, Juan. Really appreciate that. And thank you guys for the notes also you sent for any questions you had on Facebook or Instagram to get through to me. So feel free to do so if you want to. And also, I'm going to remind you guys, I appreciate you guys are starting to do it more and more, is write your reviews on your watch purchases or anything else that you buy in Shop HQ. We want to see those reviews go up, up, and up. All right? Because that's a good thing. It's going to help other people out. It's going to help your fellow watch brothers and watch sisters make a decision. If there's some reviews out there that say, hey, you know what, this watch is pretty cool. And for some reason, if you maybe saw something different, you can say that too. So, all right, let's get on with everything. I think my tripod's touching the desk here, so I'm just going to not touch the desk so things wiggle. Okay, well, let's start off with Thomas Earnshaw. So here's the packaging that all your watches will come in. So you do have a nice, just cardboard, clean box here. It's almost, all these are about the same size. So we're looking at just basically almost that cube box with the branding all over every single side. Just open it up and you're gonna find another box inside the box, which I think is just really, really nice packaging. A little bit different here with the Thomas Earnshaw on the very top. And you'll see just sort of an offset design here for the box, and then Earnshaw on the front. Lift it up. What I like too is they actually put in right up here a little bit of a foam just so nothing will move around during transportation over to your place once you buy it. And then on the pillow with a little Earnshaw up on the upper part here of the design for the box. Again, I always like the packaging. I think packaging is just that, it's that number one, that's that first impression that you get. And so if you're meeting someone, going on a date, whatever happens to be, or meeting a business person that you're going to do some business with, first impressions, the first thing you see, I believe it's always very important. So what we're going to get into, now this is called I actually looked it up. So after hundreds and hundreds of years, this particular collection from Thomas Earnshaw, the name is pronounced in many different ways because humans like to debate. And so I'm just going to call it the Marleybone. So it is a 42 millimeter Marleybone. And as I meant, different pronunciations. I can't really pronounce them all that well. Marleybone is what I'm going with. But this is hundreds of years, and we have an automatic grand date and calendar leather strap watch. So there's a lot going along with this timepiece. And this collection is really inspired by the story and refined in the historic character of the different boroughs in London. And so I like this watch just immediately. You see you get the open heart that goes along with the timepiece, beautiful leather strap, and a classic design here in terms of the case design here with that round case. Thomas Earnshaw, he was born in 1749, all the way up until 1829. He was just known for his reliable timepieces and refined timepieces out there, especially the naval, like the chronometers and such as that. And then the company was revived back in 2012. And I've seen them many, many times before. I've only had my hands on them twice, but I'll tell you, I'm really, really impressed with this company. Within your watch box, you're going to get the 2-year warranty that goes along with the timepiece here. There's that QR code. That's how you do it. And you're part then of Thomas Earnshaw family. All right, well, let's talk about this watch a little bit further here. So as we look into the timepiece here, we're talking about that 42 millimeter design. And it's a round case here for the timepiece. In terms of the overall thickness, we're looking at about 14 millimeters. So you're getting into just over ½ inch rising up off the wrist. Look at this. There are even a couple little crown protectors just off to the side, both north and south of the crown at that 3 o'clock position. And we have that mineral crystal that's done in just it's done in a flat crystal on this one. So there's no dome that really goes along. A little bit of a soft bevel edge that goes right around where it incorporates into the top of that bezel. 5 meters of 5 atmospheres. So we're talking about 50 meters of water resistance. So the watch gets a little bit wet. You're totally okay. We'll get into a couple more specifics here, but you got the exhibition case back with the rotor. So this is that mechanical automatic movement, which means you just simply can wear the watch. It'll keep the watch wound up for you. Or if you need to give it a jump start, you can do it by turning the crown here on this timepiece. So I like this watch just right away. I mean, first of all, the size, you're talking about 42 millimeter. It's a classic gentleman size. It's a size too that women can wear quite easily. And let's look at this because if we look on the inside, I want to show you the movement. So we saw the movement from behind here. So you do have that rotor that's going to move around just with the general movement of your wrist, and that will actually wind up the watch. No battery inside of this timepiece, as it's all just based on mechanics here for the watch. Now, as we look right down here, this is actually the balance wheel that's moving back and forth, and it's moving back and forth 6 different times every single second. You can hardly see, I mean, it's moving so fast. And that equates out to 21,600 vibrations every single hour. Or the second hand right here that's moving along, it's doing what are called steps. And a step is a start and a stop. There are 6 different steps every single second on this timepiece. And think about that, and to just have the watch be accurate, it's a pretty cool achievement. Now, outside of that, you have the 3-hand movement. You have your hour, minute, and second hand that all stem off what's called the center canyon pinion, which is right here inside of the watch. But if you look above, you're going to have a dual disc self-correcting, I call that a grand date window. It looks a little bit bigger than a typical big date window, in my opinion. Then, in addition, you're going to have your day of the week, and then also your month of the year. So you have a day, date, and month, almost like that master calendar sort of complications that go along here for this movement, which happens to be a mechanical automatic. Now, the best way to make any sort of adjustments to this is there are what are called these recessed function pushers. So this recessed function pusher right here will actually then advance the date 1 month forward. If you go with this function pusher off to the side, you're going to advance then the day of the week. And then right here, this will actually change then the calendar date of the month from 1 month to the next. I think this is just an absolutely handsome timepiece. You'll see a bit of a croco embossing, which gives it that crocodile look here for the timepiece with that embossing that's been done. A non-contrast stitch is going to tie that leather also to the leather on the back. that's going to wrap up against the wrist. And you know what's nice about this sometimes too, all being that black, is that this watch, I mean, if you sweat a little bit, you're really not going to see it on this timepiece. You know what? I forgot about just how I was so excited for this watch. I forgot to go over the numbers. All right, let's talk about this because this is crazy, you guys. Okay, so the regular price in this watch is $330. Sale price is $159. Remember, that's for a mechanical automatic with the 3 different complications on the inside to make this really that master calendar. And if you use the coupon code APRWED, guess what the price goes down to for this one watch? $127.20. $127.20. Now there are 7 different color choices, okay? What I have right here, this is the black. So you're looking at a black strap, black dial. Now there's also a brown and green, a brown, which is super hot. By the way, check out that brown. And okay, we have it up right now. Here, I forgot about that. I'll do that on the next option here. We have a brown. There's a blue gold, which is classic in of itself. Gray, a little bit more monochromatic. A blue rose, which I like also. And then a brown with gold, which is a fantastic color option. Go and check those out for the different options here. So 29 joules for this movement, getting back to the movement now on it. And along with that, about a 45-hour power reserve. So almost runs for 2 days straight before it runs out of power. And guess what? Runs out of power. You haven't used it for a couple days. All you need to do is you turn that crown clockwise and you'll feel a little resistance and you'll see the balance wheel start to move. And when that balance wheel moves, that second hand starts to move also. So that's how it actually works. And then as you just wear the watch, that little rotor in the back will twist. Now, it's not a very heavy watch by any means. I'm just going to look and see what size wrist this timepiece will go all the way up to. And it looks as though we're going to be about 8 3/4 right here. So 9 inches will be right at that bold mark. So yeah, right around there at that 8 3/4 inch of a wrist. And what you're going to get for luminescence on this timepiece, I'm just double checking. You're going to get it just a little bit that go along for the hour and the minute hand on the inside. The hour markers in this particular watch will not light up in those low lit situations, which is okay. And yeah, I think this is really nice. I'll put the watch on my wrist here and we'll see who else has joined or what else has been going on. Remember to use that coupon code APRWED20 for this watch. Yeah, that's a sharp timepiece. And for what? $127.20 after you use that coupon code APRWED20 April Wednesday 20. Yeah, that's going to be a great buy for you or for somebody else tonight. Let's see who else is up here. Phil is here. Jesse, I already said hi to. Daryl, Navy Doc, good to see you here. Howdy is, let me see. Did I miss someone? No? Okay. Oh, Watch Junkie is here. Hey, good to see you. All right, and who else? Christopher White. Thank you for being here, Christopher. Christine, good to see you again. Juan, already said hi. Let's see, Jesse's chatting. Navy Doc. Oh, you guys are chatting a lot. I can't even keep up. Watch Junkie Alex is here. Hey, Alex, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Wow. Any Invicta watches this time? No, Alex. We're just doing. We're just going to do Charles. We're just doing Earnshaw this time around. So we're going just with Earnshaw, Thomas Earnshaw, and we'll be doing more Invicta coming up. There's some exciting news going along with that too. So, all right, let me see if there's anybody else here. You guys are just chatting away. This is great. Venom Kevin is here too. I didn't see his chat. Oh, there he is. Okay. You guys are chatting too much. I'm just trying to keep everything straight here. Okay. Well, we're going to move on to the next item. And let me just switch that out here. So we're going to go with... Here we go. All right. We're going to go with the next timepiece. And this is going to be cool. You guys are going to love this for a lot of different reasons. You're going to love this watch for the design of it. You're going to love it for just how it looks on the wrist. And I'll tell you too, when we're talking about the price on this timepiece here too, yeah, you're going to really, really like it. Yeah. Okay. Should I show you? There are going to be 5 color choices. I have the black. Look at this watch. Look at that. Thomas Earnshaw right here. Beautiful timepiece. Let me see, I think the name is barely etched in a little bit of a cursive down in the lower portion. But look at this, you have all these different crystals. So you have one crystal here, second crystal on the back, third crystal on the side, fourth crystal. Then you have, 1, 2, 3, 4. Are they on the top or bottom? No, so you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 crystals. 4 crystals for this watch. Look at this. You can see the movement from the side. How cool is that? That's actually a really good shot. And it's what we call that bridge movement. Look at that. The bridge movement here for this timepiece. How hot is this? Now, what do you guys think the price is? I mean, the regular price, I think, is an absolute steal. That's $240 right away. Christine says, "I'd love this." Well, Christine, this is a black. There's a silver blue, a silver black, a gold brown, a rose brown too, and then this is the black. Regular price is $240. I really think that's a steal for this timepiece, something like this. But Shop HQ whacked the price by 46% down to $129.99. So you can buy this watch for $129.99, or you can use that coupon code APRWED, April Wednesday 20, and you'll save 20% off. Brings this watch down to $103.20. Yes, $103.20. Look at this. So you get this. Now, this is what's called a pure mechanical, as opposed to the first timepiece. We had the automatic component. This watch doesn't have that rotor. So this is what's called just a pure mechanical. And you can actually see, look at this. The balance wheel just oscillating back and forth right here. And this is called that bridge, or almost like a linear bridge. That's why it's called the Wolver bridge. And 5 color choices that you're getting along with this. I mean, you appreciate craftsmanship and design here. Men and women alike can wear this timepiece. Definitely an attention getter on the wrist with this watch. Now, let me just pull out the crown for a second here. I mean, it's right at the 6 o'clock position. So look at this. Now I pulled out the crown and I'm going to wind up the watch. You'll be able to see right here, that's the mainspring. Oops, actually, hold on. There we go. So now I'm actually winding up the watch. So this particular watch has a 40-hour power reserve. But once it wears out, by wearing this watch on the wrist, because that rotor is absent, the watch will just run out of power. So you'll have to wind it up every day and a half or so with a 40-hour power reserve if you want to wear it continuously. I would just, if it's your everyday watch, just wind it up every morning when you put it on. If you feel a little tension, you can stop. You're totally okay. All right. Oh, Godfather says, "I love the mechanical movements." Felix, Brian, how do you wind a true mechanical up? Okay, yep, I was right there with you, brother. Okay. Love the look and the price. Pure black is so elegant, says Juan. Rick and Lisa says, "Sweet looking ghost." There's another watch out there that is called a ghost in a sense. Daryl says, "Nice looking watch, but not myself." Hey, you know what? That's fair enough. We don't expect you to fall in love with everything else out there. But Mike B says, "Very cool, Ryan." And Felix Gray says, "Wow, that's pretty good looking." Let's get another look here. Just from the side, you can see that movement. Look at that. There it is, a little bit closer. Now, what you're going to get is just a little bit of that arced crystal. So you can see right here that lines flush with the case design. And I'd say this is a bit of that tonneau-shaped case, or that barrel, that casket design. It's not rectangular, but each side, west and east, will actually bow out. Look at that. I mean, that is just a beautiful watch. And then plated in this black, it's all just done in a high polished finish and completely symmetrical, being that the crown is down at that 6 o'clock position here for this watch. Leather strap is done in, let me just see the width. So it's 20 millimeters. And let's just look at, I'll do a couple measurements for all of you here. So if we're looking, let me see, I'll do it for you so I can do this. So we're looking at the overall width. What are we looking at? Is that 36.6? I'm reading it backwards for me, but it's right for you. 36.6? Yeah. And then the overall profile at the highest point should be right about here. What does that say for you guys? That 11.4. So it's under a half of an inch. If we go lug to lug, we're going to go right here That's going to be lug to lug. What is that? Is that 52 and a half? So that's 2 inches just going from lug to lug. And look at this too. Like this design as it's a flat case back, but then just a gradual arc for the lugs right here. So then that watch can just fit, if I can show this correctly, show that well, look at that. Fits so well. Look at how cool that is. Beautiful, beautiful timepiece. Look at that. I can't believe, I mean, yeah. $240, awesome price. Shop HQ knocked it out of the park at $129. But for $103.20 to get this watch and you own it, we'll see what you guys think here for the night. So we'll get some hearts out and see and what you guys like the best. Okay, let me just see any other interesting look. Mike B says, go full vintage with the brown and rose. Good call, Godfather. Daryl says, Brian, he's talking to Felix too much. What kind of glasses are you wearing? Actually, I got these glasses a couple years ago when I was in Florida, and I went in there was a free eye exam, and I saw on the monitor above, there was this strongman, like the strongman competition. And he had this rope and he was towing a plane just flat on the road, like on the runway, like a Cessna. But the rope went out and the rope actually was on one end of these frames and the other end was on the other end, and they were pulling. And he was pulling the plane with these frames, or with the same thing, just not these exact ones, the same thing on, and they're extremely light. If you send me a note, I can give you the place where I got it at. Let me see how, these things weigh ridiculously light. Let's see. We'll get back to watches. 22 grams. Yeah. 0.8 of 1 ounce. 0.8 of 1 ounce. So they're super light. Yeah. They're really nice. I only keep them indoors. I'd never take these out of the house because they were expensive, I'll tell you that. So that's why they don't leave the house. Otherwise they get lost and I wouldn't have them. So, okay. Let's see. Classic watch look. That reminds me of the Sapphire Ghost. Yes, it does, Navy Doc. Okay. We're going to get on to the third timepiece. And this is another, I just like the different designs that we're getting into tonight with Thomas Earnshaw. Okay, here, let me just give a quick polish to this. Okay, we're going to look at the 42 millimeter Drake. Another mechanical automatic watch tonight. Has a bit of an octagonal shape right here for the case design of the timepiece. You can see that. You're going to get some more luminescence on the inside for the individual hour markers, and then also for fully filled for the hour and the minute hand. But you're getting a skeletonized movement. But then you're getting all the different complications also inside of the watch here, such as the day of the week, a 24-hour scale, your AM/PM indicator, which is that AM 24-hour scale, the day of the week, and then the date of the month and the month of the year. So another like master calendar movement, all done in a mechanical automatic with a dual deploying clasp right there. Now check that out. How cool is that? Oof, there's a lot with this. Let me put it on first. I'll show you and all the brush finish. This watch is like 95% brush finish. You can just see like this, but look at how the bracelet reflects the light. How cool is that? And it's very, very fluid. And, a little bit more geometrically angled, I would say, for this timepiece. And look at, there it is on the wrist. 42 millimeters, all 316L stainless steel. Mechanical automatic movement. Now the movement on the inside, I'll have you look at it again. This is more that skeletonized version. This is the TY 2876, 21 joules. You're getting 21,600 vibrations every single hour on it. Multifunction, you're getting, as I mentioned before, the month at the 12 o'clock position. You're getting then the date of the month at the 3 o'clock 24-hour at the 6 o'clock position and the 9 o'clock position. Then the day of the week. The overall profile on this watch is 13 millimeters. It's a half of an inch. There again, you get to see that vertical finish. Now, the only thing that's highly polished are in 4 different locations. Look at this. It's right here, right here, right here, and right there. So north, south, east, and west on that 8-sided bezel, that octagonal shaped bezel. I think this is just fantastic. Dual deploying closure. So what that is, the watch will actually butterfly open for you by it gives you this non-interrupted look, and then just press this open. Look at how easy that is. So that really makes the watch easy to take on and off. Now, when you look at the dial, a lot of people appreciate being able to look in and seeing how this watch is put together. It's assembled by hand. There's not a machine out there that can do that. So there's a huge appreciation that goes along with that. And the fact is you don't have a battery for the timepiece. So you can just wind it up and you're good to go. And then as you wear it, that rotor is going to turn again on that case back, thus delivering power to the watch automatically, hence the term automatic. Let me just double check. It says 8 inches here for a wrist size. And we're actually going to go up to about 8 1/4. So we're going to give you a bonus 1/4 inch on that. Overall weight in terms of ounces, we're looking at 6.5 ounces or 184 grams. Now let me just do a quick measurement. Let me just double check the profile. Yep, 13 millimeters. And if we just go west to east, and excluding the crown, 43 millimeters. Crown is going to be 45. Oops, hold on. 46. If we go 10 to 4, it's kind of different. The widest spot, 43, 44 millimeters. I think it's a beautiful watch. There are actually, I think there were, let me see how many color choices, 5. I have silver tone. There is a rose tone, a black and black, and a gold tone version 2. Oh, how much? You guys, I'm off tonight. I'm sorry about that. Regular price $370. Sale price $179. That's 52% off. With that coupon code APRWD20, $143.20. $143.20 for this, guys. Now, out of the other 2 watches were done in the leather strap. So they're going to have a different feel, different weight, different look. And that's what's great. I mean, everything we're looking at, they just look so different. Okay, let me put this watch on one more time here and then jump out the door. Okay, here. And, oh, here, you guys. Right here. That's it. Okay. So I'm sorry I didn't add it on. I didn't add the watch in. There you go. You should be able to click on everything, look at the price, and you get a little bit of a tapering bracelet that goes down here too. Okay. Oh, one other thing, you guys, even though this is a little bit more of a complex movement, I wanted to make sure you knew about this. To be able to make any sort of adjustments, we do have those recess function pushers again. So 1, 2, 3, which are going to go with the month of the year, your calendar date, and your day of the week. So, and I would recommend, I mean, people, let me see if I have it. Yeah. Now you can, if you want, you can take your watch, spring bar pin, whatever it is, and do that. I don't like to do metal on metal, and that's just me being a little bit particular. I just use a toothpick. Toothpicks work fine. You're not going to scratch anything, especially if you happen to miss. And then you'll just keep the nice look of that brushed finish off the side here of the timepiece. So, oh yeah, Felix is asking about this, about the warranty. So as I mentioned before, the warranty with Thomas Earnshaw, it's going to be a 2-year warranty, 24 a month. And you can, if you want to get all the specifics, if you click on this watch or any one of the Thomas Earnshaw timepieces, right at the very bottom, underneath the description, you can click on what the warranty is. So the warranty is 24 months and it's from your date of purchase. So if you receive the watch next week, it's still 2 years from the date of purchase. That's how everything gets referenced. Now, what the warranty is going to cover is really the internal workings of the timepiece. So let's just say, for example, something's wrong with the movement, or it's running 10 minutes fast every single day, or even like one of the hands would fall off or an hour marker. those different things are included in the warranty. What's not going to be included is really everything external. So if you happen to scratch the crystal on this watch, that is not covered. If you get in a wrestling match and you have this watch on, it happens to be on the cement in your garage, and you scratch up the watch, that is not going to be covered. You know, you're hanging out on a balcony and you take the watch off to show somebody, you drop it and it falls and something happens. That's not going to be covered. But it's really the internal working mechanisms. I line it up closer to like what it is for an automobile warranty. It's really the internal components. If you get a door ding, or if a rock kicks up and hits your windshield, that's not going to be covered. So if you want to find out a little bit more, just click on the little link at the very bottom of each one of the watches on Shop HQ's website, and it explains everything that goes along with the warranty. And so Juan says, how do you recommend Earnshaw versus strict Invictas? I don't know what you mean by strict Invictas. I mean, every watch brand, has their own sort of like difference and standouts that go along with it. Like tonight with the Thomas Earnshaw, you're getting all mechanical movements here tonight. So that's something just really special. These are going to be more modest in terms of overall size. Now, Invicta has some smaller timepieces out there. We had Deep Blue the other day too, and they're right in that 40 to 46 millimeter range also. And I mean, that's a great brand too. It's just what sort of hits your style. And instead of having just one brand, I think it's great to have multiple different brands out there and to just really, be able to try something. And maybe some of you have had Thomas Earnshaw before, you've never tried Invicta. We'll try Invicta sometime, see what it's like. Try the Deep Blue, try the Duke So. I mean, there's so many brands here now at Shop HQ, and I know there's some more coming along. So that's a great question. James Thomas, you also asked, how much can you pay each month? There is that the pay system. If you click on that, you can learn a little bit more. I think it can break it up into 4 payments for you on Shop HQ's website. If you click on it, it'll tell you more about it. Good question. Prices are good, says Watch Junkie. I like to see that. Great deal, Mike B says. Let's see, Navy Dock. Yep, I got the price on that one for you. So yeah, $143.20 with APR WD20, that coupon code. Okay, final watch. Let me just add that in here really quick. All right. 1 second while I just multitask here. Okay. There we go. All right, this last timepiece is going to be a 40 millimeter, and it's called, there we go. It's called the Moorgate Automatic, and it's a skeletonized watch. I love the bracelet. 7-link design on this bracelet. Extremely fluid. Look at that. And I love the design here. It's a little bit of like a rectangular design, little cushion influence inside of it also. Look at this design here. All done in a brushed finish, but check out the sides of the case too. Vertical brush finish here. 45-degree angle. And just a little bit of a, it's not straight up and down. There's a little bit of a, like sort of a bow that goes along with that. Here's that bracelet design, 7-link design. Everything on this watch is brushed, finished here for this 40 millimeter Moorgate. So Moorgate really has some historical, or there's some historical gateways in London. And this Moorgate was actually, it was a gate that was going into the city, which is now the financial district. It's like some swampland out there, and it was like a barrier in a sense. So this is paying homage to that gate, more of a famous sort of gate now district with the financial district in London. Now this is that mechanical automatic yet again. And we have a 21,600 vibrations per hour, 20 joule mechanical automatic. And we're just looking at a 3-hand movement on this one. So there aren't the additional complications. You can actually see right there underneath my finger. You guys are liking this one. This one has what we have is the balance wheel that's moving back and forth. And you get some extra luminescence in terms of the individual hour markers here going around the timepiece. Now the bracelet is 20 millimeters in thickness, 40 millimeters for the case diameter, and 15 millimeters, a little bit thicker. So it's a little bit smaller watch, a little bit thicker, which I think is pretty cool. I like that design here for the timepiece. Mineral crystal, and let me just double check on the overall bracelet size. We're looking at 8¼ and the overall weight is going to be, for this watch, 1 second, 134 grams. So that equates out to 4.7 ounces. You guys are liking this, unless it's one of you guys going like this, but I think this is a pretty hot timepiece. So yeah, here we go. I mean, the price, here we go, you guys. The price on this watch, regular $230. Sale price, $129. Coupon code added on, APR WED20, 103.20. 103.20. Yeah. Yes. So we have, let's see here, Ed. What are the movements in Thomas Earnshaw? They have a few different vendors for their movements. This one is PTS Resources. So that's one of them. And then we had Siegel was another movement. Let's see. There's another PTS and another Siegel. So yeah, I mean, I have some of those movements in my timepieces also. I think they work just great. Yeah, I love this one too. Okay, well, let's look at the different colors real quick. So we're looking at just 2 color choices. I have the silver tone, there's a rose tone. So 2 different color choices. I really like the weight and just the immediate feel on the wrist here for this watch. Check that out. Oh, that feels good. Look at the, and then we have a push button, single deploying closure, but there's an audible click. Check this out. So you just press this button. Look how easy this is. That's it. That's all you do. Press those 2 buttons. Easily comes off. And then right here, audible click. Once you hear that click, you know that watch is on your wrist. Whew. Man, that's nice. Let me just see one thing here. I got to double check. Sunday is 12th. Okay. Well, you guys, let me just look really quick here. Any final comments here? Juan says, wow, loving the bracelet and complication. Rose tones for me. All right, Juan, we'll use that coupon code. Get the watch for about $103. Do that here tonight. Here we go. APR WD20. Use that coupon code, you guys. Remember also, follow Shop HQ on all social media and YouTube and sign up for their text alerts. I got a text alert that it said Ryan Johnson coming up at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. That was pretty cool to see. So sign up for the text alerts, sign up for the email alerts, check out the website and all the different brands. There are more and more brands coming all the time on Shop HQ. Let's see the next. Oh, look at Navy Doc. Just grab the Drake in black. Sweet. Nice. Navy Doc, brother from another mother. How long have we known each other for? It's been a minute. Okay, here we go. Here, I'll go through the lineup one more time, and then we're gonna log off. So here's the first watch of the evening. This one, and here I'll just bring it up on the screen here really quick for you. So this is the first watch of the evening right here. This is the 42mm Marylebone. There we go. It's up in the upper screen there for you to click on, and there were 7 different color choices. Price $159 with the coupon code. $127.20 with APR WD20. Beautiful timepiece. Second watch. Here we go. The Wolver Bridge. Look at that. Isn't that hot? That's a fun timepiece. Wolver Bridge, 5 color choices. There's a silver blue, silver black, gold brown, rose brown, and this is a black. Guys, regular price $240. Shop HQ's price $129. Coupon code 10320. 10320. All right. Third timepiece we had from Thomas Earnshaw tonight. This is a 42mm Drake. There's a silver tone, which I have, a rose tone. Black is what Navy Doc got, and then a gold tone. You get mechanical automatic. Oh, here, hold on. I'll put this up. I'm just getting used to trying to multitask here. Here's the Drake. It should be up there now. Okay. Here's the Drake. Mechanical automatic master calendar. That means you're getting the time, you're getting the day of the week, date of the month, and the month of the year, and you're getting a 24-hour scale in this. I mean, you got everything. mechanical automatic. Everything is brushed except, remember, on the bezel, 4 of those different sizes, 45-degree angles on that octagonal bezel. Fantastic watch, dual deploying clasp, boom, opens up. Beautiful timepiece. And then the final watch, we just put that in here. Final watch is the 40 millimeter Moorgate, right there. This watch right here, the Moorgate, is this one, $230. Sale price $129, $103.20. Ooh, guys. Yeah. All right. Oh, Navy Doc. Navy Doc says since 2006, when you're still modeling, we didn't start talking for several years after you became the Invicta rep. Yeah, I did. My first show at Shop HQ was 1 in the morning, modeling a watch, and I was on with Kimberly Wells, and I was trained in, and the guy who trained me in, Rob, said, all you need to do is put on the watch upside down on you, so it's right side up for the camera. I was like, I can do that. And then Kimberly, she noticed I was there, never met her before. She said, oh, we have a new model tonight. She threw the watch at me. I was like, oh shit. And like I caught it, and I just I didn't know what to do. I just put it on real quick and just went like this. And I had it on upside down because it was right side up for me, upside down for you. And she called me out. She's like, oh, isn't that cute? The new guy put the watch on wrong. And still to this day, still talk to Kimberly. She, she still reminds me of that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So, yeah, thank you, Navy Doc, for being around here 20 years. That's really, really cool. I appreciate that. You know what? I didn't think about that. This is my 20th year being on TV. That's cool. Wow. Let's see. Just Juan, probably the Drake and the silver and the black and the Wolver black. Very nice. Felix said, great story. Yeah, maybe you haven't heard that story, Felix. Yeah. Okay, you guys, I'm going to bounce. The next live stream is going to be coming up here on Sunday the 12th. Sunday the 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't know who we're going to have for sure. So be sure to follow me on social media if you need to reach out. Send me a note through Instagram or Facebook. Instagram is the Ryan Code. Facebook is Invicta Ryan, or you can send me a note also to invictacollectors@gmail.com. Be sure to follow me on TikTok. Follow Shop HQ on TikTok for sure. If you have TikTok, follow both of us. The Ryan Code and Shop HQ. Follow Shop HQ on everything else. Instagram, Facebook, X, everything else. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. Have a great night, and I will see you on Sunday the 12th at 7 p.m. East. Take care, you guys. Appreciate you being